I'm Brian, and that's Dez, and every week on PSVR This Week, we take a look at the VR games that are coming to the PlayStation Store this week.
We gather up all the trailers we could find, all the descriptions we could plagiarize, and condense them down to this little video for you.
Sometimes we look at delayed games, or games that are just missing in action altogether.
So without further ado, here's PSVR
This Week. Persistence is a first-person stealth horror game exclusive to PlayStation VR. Set on board a deep space scientific vessel called the Persistence in the year 2521, the ship arrives at the site of a collapsing star 17,000 light-years from Earth. While conducting a major experiment, a horrific incident occurs, mutating many of the crew. As the Persistence is pulled into the gravity of the collapsing star, the ship's computer Iris wakes remaining members of the crew from cryogenic sleep, one at a time. Can you stay alive long enough to save the Persistence? On a personal note, this is my most anticipated PlayStation VR game of recent memory, so stay tuned to Without Parole for a ton of coverage. Detached is a space exploration VR game that demands tactics and skill to survive. And it's officially the first game to appear on PSVR this week, 3 times. Detached was supposed to be out earlier this month and has now been delayed twice, if you can believe it, for unfiled distribution paperwork. But we've got our fingers crossed that the 3rd time's a charm, because according to the developers, this is an extreme VR experience that simulates sudden and dramatic acceleration, free-falling, twisting, and rolling. Even with the silky smooth frame rate, it is not for VR-sensitive players, which means I can't wait to experience Detached for myself. In V-Robot, you control a really huge robot. Destroy buildings, throw buildings, crumble buildings onto other buildings, catch planes, sink tankers, throw cars, and tear down cities using a tornado gun, tractor beam, giant sword, and deadly hammer. And you can do it all in different cities with unique and familiar buildings. Challenge your mind with puzzles based on optical illusions and Sea of Memories. Steer your boat from beacon to beacon and discover the perfect angle to create something out of nothing by rotating the pieces to clean up the chaos. Featuring 100 puzzle-based illusions with a relaxing, original soundtrack, the Sea of Memories will provide you with hours of tranquil puzzle-solving gameplay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to PSVR This Week.
We'll be back next week to tell you about all the VR games coming to the PlayStation Store.
But keep in mind that no one outside of Sony really knows what games are coming when.
But we'll do our best to keep you up to date each and every week on PSVR
This Week.